Hi guys, welcome back to another video on Next.js 14. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this awesome new library for authentication for your web applications, whether you are building React app, Next.js application. So in this video, I'm surely going to be talking about the latest version of Next.js, which is 14. It is a new player in the race of authentication libraries, but it provides a lot of different options and flexibility that you would need to integrate in your applications. And you can see that it gives us a lot of options to manage different kinds of users, subscribers, organizations, and it is supported by a lot of big companies. So this is the app which I'm gonna be build. I'm not gonna be focusing on too much UI, but more of that I will be focusing on the features. So this is the home route, which is public. When I will be logged in, I will not be able to navigate back to the home page. And this is the dashboard page. If I click on it, I will not be able to navigate to it because I have protected it because I have not logged in. So I'm going to show you how we can protect our routes on client components, on server components, protecting the APIs and protecting the routes from the middlewares which are required to implement and complete the authentication system. So I will also be showing you how you can enable two-factor authentication using Kind and a lot of other features in this particular video. So this is the logged in Kind application that I've already signed up to the Kind, and you can see that we can manage a lot of users over here which are logged in. We can manage subscribers, access requests, we can manage organization, we can also customize the design of the sign in page, sign up pages, forget password, two-factor authentication. We can manage billing. Obviously the pro version of Kind provides more features, but free version also gives us a lot of flexibility to manage a lot of things about the authentication, and we can have the settings for multiple things. So let's get started, and I'm going to be creating a new Next.js 14 project. So let's go ahead. I've opened up VS Code. So npx create next app at latest dot, and I'm gonna go with TypeScript, ESLint, Tailwind CSS, source directory no, yes, app router no for alias. All right, so meanwhile it is actually creating a new Next.js 14 project. I'm gonna show you that I've already created multiple videos on Next.js 14 as well as Next.js 13 using app directory. And about authentication, I've already created videos on authentication with clerk, complete login, sign up, forget password features. In Next.js 14, I've created videos on next auth as well, registration, forget password, login, storing the data in MongoDB. And along with that, I've created a lot of other videos as well. So if you want to learn Next.js 14 using app directory, my channel includes more than 50 videos on Next.js 14 using app directory. So you can learn pretty much everything about Next.js from my channel. So you can see I'm putting a lot of effort building these videos for you guys. It's just a request to you guys to subscribe my channel and like my video. So let's get started. Still creating a new Next.js 14 project. So let's wait for it. All right, so project is created. Now I'm gonna go to the app directory, layout, and I'm gonna modify it. But before that, I'm gonna create a new folder over here, components, and quickly I'm gonna create a navbar. So let's create a new component, and I'm going to name it navbar.tsx. I'm using the extension to create this navbar. Okay. Before writing anything inside it, let's go to the global.scss. I'm going to remove all of these styles, keeping only these 3 lines. And I'm gonna go and remove everything inside it. Okay, so rather than doing this, I'm gonna be writing the home. In fact, let's add h1, class name, and text for Excel, and then home. Okay, let's give it a class to bring it in the center. So flex, items, center, justify center, and margin top 24. All right, so let's close this particular file for now, and I'm gonna come over here in the navbar, and I'm going to create the navbar. So this is what I have created. Let's go to the layout, and I'm gonna go and wrap it inside the div, and here I'm going to bring in the navbar like this, which I've just created, and move the children inside the div as well, above these children. I hope you have an understanding how these files works. If not, check out my crash course on Next.js 13 using app directory to learn each and every step of Next.js. Now let's give it few classes quickly to this particular div. It would be bringing everything at the center. So I'm going to give it a class name, which is going to be the max w6xl, and then max auto, mx auto actually. This is going to bring everything at the center, and then height is going to be 100 vh. It's going to full the height. Now that's pretty much it we need to do in this particular layout file, I believe. So let's close it. Now let's start writing the nav bar first of all. So I'll start off with this div. Let's give it a class quickly. I'm going to give it the border bottom, and then I'm going to give it height 8 vh, flex items center. All right. So inside this div, I'm going to be creating another div, and this div is going to first of all take the link from next link. This is going to be the logo. Okay. So this is the link, and inside this link, let's create an h1, and I'm gonna give it a logo text. You can add an image as well, but that is not the purpose of this video. I don't want to waste my time for these kinds of things. So font bold text 3xl, this is what I have given. And for this particular div, let's give it a class as well. So let's give it the container flex items center justify between. Okay, let's save it. And actually I'm gonna make it nav for SEO purpose. Okay, so after this I'm gonna create another div for the right hand side items on the nav bar. Okay, so below this I can have, let me copy this link, let's paste it over here, and this is gonna go to the dashboard, which is the route which I yet need to create. And I'm going to make it protected, this dashboard route, when and only able to navigate to it when user is logged in using kind authentication system, which I've just shown you. So I'm going to change its text to dashboard. Let's change some classes for this h1, and this is going to be the text xl text. You can give any text to it, text blue 600, and we can give the hover as well, text blue 900. Okay, so this is what I have done. Link, and then this we can have a class as well here. So flex items center, and then for each item I'm gonna give gap 5. Okay, let me quickly run it and see how it's looking currently to verify if there isn't anything wrong up till now. So let's refresh. It's still running the old app which I've already created. So let's refresh. Yes, so it is refreshed. So currently you can see that this is the nav bar, and this is the dashboard we have just created, and this is the home page which we are rendering by default over here. This is looking good. Let's quickly create more links over here. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to paste it. Let's change from dashboard to profile, and this is going to be the profile. Okay, so that's it. Now let's copy it again, and I'm going to change its text to anything. You can give it anything settings. Let's give, these are all the routes which I yet need to create. I will be protecting these routes from different methods to show you how the kind authentication system works. This is from the server side component. This is from client side component. This is maybe from the middlewares. Yeah, so now I need to create a logout URLs as well, but I'm not going to create those as of now. I also want to create one div. This is for the sign in and the sign up buttons. Okay, so this particular div is going to take two buttons. One is sign in and other is the sign up. So div class name flex items center and then gap x5. Okay, this div is going to take couple of buttons. So button, this is going to be the sign in, and let's give it a class as well before copying and pasting it for sign up. So this is going to have a width of 100 pixels. This is going to have a gray 100, maybe let's give it a 200. Padding is going to be 2. Rounded, let's have some rounded border. Text center. Okay, and now I'm just going to copy it and paste it below, and I'm going to change it to sign up, maybe register, whatever you want. Okay, so this is how it's looking. You can see that it's showing the profile, sign in and the sign up buttons. This is looking great. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go this particular link. I'm gonna share this link. This is the documentation of Kind for integrating authentication system in Next.js using app router. Okay, so we are going to follow this particular thing. It gives us most of the things, but some things are missing in this document, which I'm going to show you in this video. So again, if you are liking this video, do subscribe my channel and like this video as well. So let's get started. First of all, what we need to do is we need to install this particular package in our project. So let's copy this, let's come back, and I'm going to run it in the terminal. Hit enter. So it is installed. Before moving further and writing anything over here, let's go to this particular link, kind.com, and what you need to do is to sign up with your account in this library, okay, on its website, kind.com. Once you are signed up, I'm already signed up. So initially I'm already having few businesses for my testing purpose. Initially it will ask you to create a new business. Okay, so we are going to create a new business. I'm gonna go over here. These are the couple of businesses I've already created. I'm gonna add a new business. Okay, you might have a different UI at the start when you will sign up with your new account. So I'm gonna write Next.14 auth. This is the name I've given to it, and we can give anything over here, region, nearest region maybe. So I'm gonna go with the Ireland. Let's go with 1 to 10. Let's click on the save. Okay, so next it's going to ask us few more things. So this is what is already created. So I'm gonna click on it in order to navigate to this particular business which we have just created. So it's going to take us to the next page now. All right, so it is asking us if we have a project already created or we want to start from scratch. We have already project have in our system, the Next.js 14. So click on it, click on next, and then I hope it's going to show. Yeah, so it's going to show us these technologies. We can integrate kind authentication with all of these different technologies. We have this Next.js, so we are gonna go with it, Next.js. And next, it's going to give us this page, and here we can select the different authentication providers which we want it to be used. This is the kind of UI that is going to be shown by default. I'm gonna go with the login with Google. You can see that this is the UI it is showing. Let's click on show all, and we can enable other providers as well. So I'm gonna click on the GitHub. You can enable GitLab, so many things over here. All right, for now, for testing, I'm just gonna go with the Google and the GitHub. So these are the things we can later on from the settings select as well. So click on the next, and after this our project is going to be created. So it is giving us some options to connect our user kit. We are going to go with the connect, and this is the page it's going to take us to. This is something which we have already installed, and this is what it is asking us to create. We need to create .env file, and we need to copy paste these things. Okay, so let's copy this, and I'm gonna create a new .env file, and I'm going to paste it over here. First of all, it's always a good practice to move .env file inside the git ignore. All right, so these are already added. It's not required to just add the dashboard, but since we will be creating all the private routes inside the dashboard route, that's why it has by default added. You can change it. Let's leave it like this, leave it like this. This is the name of your business. This is the secret that it has copied, and we can verify the secret as well by going to the settings as well, but it has already hidden until copied. Yeah, it must be successfully copied the correct ID. So this is the file which we need to create yet, route.ts, in the same directory within the app folder. So I'm just going to copy this much part, and I'm going to go, and first of all I'm going to create this one, hit enter. So this is what it has created, API auth, and inside it we need to create route.ts. Is this the file? Let me verify. Yes, route.js. We are using TypeScript, so I've written ts file. I need to copy this. Let's go and let's paste it. Make sure it is not showing any error. You must have installed this package in using npm i. Let's save the env file as well over here. Let's close it. And for this auth, there is nothing else we need to add. Okay, let's go over here and we can add these sign in, sign up buttons, which we have already added. All right, before moving further, let's go to the details. So these are all the different details. We can copy the client ID and client secret from here as well. And our documentation must be showing, you can see it is showing these icons. The same steps it is suggesting. For authentication, it is suggesting these things which we have already done. So let's go over here. And if we want to use our own sign in, sign up screen, we can click on that. But for now, we are going to use the pre-built UI. So let's save it. We can navigate to this authentication, and we can click on the passwordless authentication with password or with the phone. So it's up to you. I'm going to go with the default passwordless authentication, and we can add more connections as well. Currently I've enabled GitHub and Google. We can add more from here. We can copy some tokens, we can change different values. I'm going to go to the API, and one important thing, let's go back to the home. Let's go to the design, and here you can upload your own design for your particular business, for light theme, for dark theme, for SVGs. For theme, user preference is automatically going to pick up the system settings. If it is dark theme, it is going to show the dark theme sign in, sign up pages. Otherwise, for now, I'm not having any theming preference, so I'm going to go with the default light. And yes, we can go with that, and we can see different pages, what it's going to show, look like over here. All right, let's go. One more thing, I'm going to go to the settings, and I'm going to go to the details, and here it is showing a show kind branding on the sign in, sign up page. I'm using a free version of kind. If you are on the pro version, you can disable the kind branding and you can have your own branding for the authentication pages. Otherwise, on the free version, it will still keep on showing the kind branding. Okay, and let's go to the multi-factor authentication, and here we can enable multi-factor authentication optional. I'm gonna go with the optional. Whenever user try to sign in, we are gonna ask him whether they want to enable multi-factor authentication. We can enable that, and we can enable email authentication, SMS. So I'm gonna enable all of these. It's up to the user what he wants. Okay, so let's save it. So that's pretty much it. Next time when you need to make some changes, you can go to the settings and then the applications, and go to the view details. Yeah, here this is the same page which I was showing you before. Okay, these are the details. So that's it. I'm gonna go back, and let's come over here. Why is it showing S? Let's remove it. And now I'm going to use this particular documentation. So now we need to use the register and the login link. So let's come back. This is where we have created our register. So above these buttons, I'm going to use built-in packages that is just providing register link and login link. So let's come over here. Let me copy this line and let's go and paste over here for the register link, login link, and also I will be giving up the logout link as well. And along with that, I'm also going to import get kind server session from this. Okay, let me remove these square curly braces. Now let's come down and I'm going to wrap this button with the login link which I have just imported. Okay, so let's remove it, let's paste it, and I'm going to also add the register link here. All right, so now that's it. We are now going to verify if it's working. Let's run the project, and by clicking on this particular button, it should navigate to us to a particular login page. So let's refresh this page. Localhost colon 3000. Yes, it's working fine. Let's click on the sign in now. And yes, so it's so quick. In few minutes, we are able to log in, and we can actually sign up, we can log in, we can click on the continue with Google, continue with GitHub. But before testing it, I want to show you that after login, where I want it to be navigate to. So let's say that after login, I have the dashboard route, which I want it to be navigate to, because I want to protect my home route. When I'm logged in, I should not be able to navigate to the landing page, the home page. Okay, so let me quickly create a new folder. This is going to be the dashboard, and inside the dashboard folder, I'm going to be creating page.tsx, and let's create that. And inside it, I'm going to be adding this particular UI. After login, I will be navigating to this page. Let's change it to the dashboard page like this. And you might be wondering, I've just copy pasted it from my notes. I hope you can understand this simple elements. Again, here I'm going to import get kind server session from the same package. Okay, so what it does is we can get the logged in user information and also check if the user is logged in or not. Simple as that. So get user from get kind server session, and then const user equals to await get user. All right, and also when we are using await, we need to write async, and that's it. The logged in user will be automatically navigated to the dashboard route, and from the dashboard route, it is going to show this particular text along with the name of the logged in user, whether it's the Google login username or the GitHub login username. But in order to automatically navigate to the dashboard route after successful login, it gives us few properties, and this is post login redirect URL, and this is going to be the dashboard that we have just created, and we can give it to the register as well. Okay, so this is what I have given to it. All right, so let's go back, let's refresh now, and I'm gonna go to the sign in, and I will try to log in with the GitHub here, and let's see what happens. It should automatically, so by default it is not finding my GitHub account, so it is asking me whether I want to create a new user with this GitHub account or not. So I'm going to click on the create account. Okay, and again, if you remember, I enabled these three things. We can enable two-factor authentication. For now I will not be enabling it, so let's click on don't use multi-factor authentication. So I've clicked on that. So currently you can see that it has given us this error. So module not found. This particular module is not found. Let's see what happened here. Uh, so this kind of is this on this file dashboard. Okay. So, but it has navigated to the dashboard by default. So it means over this part is successfully worked and we are logged in. Now let's go over here and let's see. So kind OS kind auth Next.js. Actually, it is not dist types. It is only /server at the end. All right. Now you can see that it is showing hi Umair. This is your dashboard. I'm successfully able to log in. And how can I check? It's still showing sign in, sign up, which I need to manage, but it is showing Umair. It means that I'm logged in. That's why it is able to get the data of the user. So here I'm going to also update this particular thing, and I'm going to use the same couple of lines which I have used here. Let me close it, and I'm going to paste it over here. And along with get user, we can have a lot more properties as well, like is authenticated or not. Okay. And we need to write async over here. All right. So now I'm going to show the sign up. Now here I'm going to check if the user is logged in or not. So here I can write await is authenticated like this question mark and this, and after this we can actually wrap it like this over here. All right, so inside it I'm going to show the logout button. So I'm just going to copy this part and I'm going to paste it and change it to the logout and wrap it to the logout link which we have imported above. For logout, I don't need to write this. Okay. And yeah, so let's see if it is showing logout. Yes, it's showing logout. Let's try to click on the logout. And yes, I'm successfully able to log out. If I'm able to navigate to dash, yes, still I'm able to navigate to the dashboard, which I need to protect yet, but it is not showing the name, which also means that I'm not logged in. So now I'm gonna do two things. When I'm logged in, protect the home route, and when I am not logged in, protect the dashboard route. So let's come back to over here and let's go to this page.tsx, and here we can check if the user is logged in or not. Then if logged in, then we are navigate it to the dashboard page because we want to protect our home route if user is logged in. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's copy this particular line and I'm going to import it over here. And I'm also going to import the redirect package from the next. This is, I think, redirect next navigation. Yeah, this one. And here I'm also going to do the same things again. So is authenticated from here. And if await is authenticated, then I'm going to redirect it to the dashboard. Okay. Also, let's add the async over here. All right, so we have made our home route protected. If user is logged in, then we are automatically navigating it to the dashboard page. So now also I need to protect dashboard route if user is not logged in. So I can have multiple routes within the dashboard folder. Dashboard can have analytics, settings, profile, and a lot of other data. So rather than protecting, writing these things in every route, every child route of the dashboard, I'm going to be creating a new layout.tsx, which is the layout for the dashboard only. And inside this dashboard, I can have a particular check that if user is logged in or not. If user is not logged in, then all from all the routes within the dashboard page, it should automatically be navigated to the home route. Okay, so currently uh, I have to create export default async function dashboard layout, and inside it I need to get user from actually not here, get kind server session, again remove the dist/types. Okay, and after that I'm going to get this thing, and if user not, then I'm going to redirect from the next navigation to the home route. Okay, otherwise we are going to show the div and then the children. This is the layout we want to have the few properties. So below this I'm going to add it like it. All right, so these are the children. So all the child routes of the dashboard will be available in this children, and this is going to be loaded. And if the user is not logged in, then we are going to navigate to the home route. Let's go ahead and let's verify by clicking on the dashboard. And you can see that I'm able to click on the dashboard. So what it does is it first check the layout. It's checking if user is logged in. No. It's navigating to the home page. That is simple. So all the child routes will be automatically protected, and we have protected the home route as well if user is logged in. So let's try to log in with the GitHub, and again let's click on the Google. Now I'm going to log in with the Google. Let's click on this email in order to log in. So now I'm logged in with the Google, and now it is automatically navigated to dashboard. Let's try to verify if the home route is being navigated. If I click on the home route, I'm not able to navigate because it is protected. I'm logged in and I cannot navigate to the home page. And for the dashboard, you can see that I have this is the server side component, and I have protected this home route which is server side component. This is the way to protect the server side component. And again, this is a server side as well. Again, we can navigate and check like this as well. Next few things I will be showing you how you can protect your routes from the client components, protect your routes from the middleware, and protecting the APIs as well. So let's do that now. So before moving further, if you check out the dashboard of Kind, you can see that this user is already created, and you might be worried that why it is not showing the two users. I'm logged in with the GitHub and Google. Actually, I'm using the same email ID for GitHub and Google. That's why it uses the email ID to actually create the account over here, and the name and email both are same in both the platforms. That's why it's showing name and email over here. All right, so let's get back, and I'm gonna be creating a couple of more routes. One I will be protecting as a client component. Other one is I will be protecting from the middleware. Okay, so let's create that. I'm gonna be creating a profile route. So I'm going to create a new page.tsx. So this is going to be a use client. Okay. So here I'm gonna be importing use kind browser client. Okay, this is not a server client. This is a browser client. In previous files, you can see that I've been fetching the get client server session, but here I have fetched kind. So let me close these files. All right. And also let me import a redirect from the next navigation as well. All right, so const profile like this. Okay, so here I'm going to take is authenticated, which is going to be equals to use kind browser, and along with is authenticated, we can a lot of different properties as well. If I show you the this doc, you can see that it is showing all of these functions from the get kind server. I only use get user and is authenticated. We can use these functions as well. And when we use this particular thing, the use browser client, these are the different functions that we can use. So we can use is loading. If it is loading from the client side, then we can show some loader, some circle loader as well, something like that. Okay, this is what we can show. It will be quick, but this is a good practice. So if user is not authenticated, then what we can do is we can keep it on the profile page. We can navigate to the home page that you are not logged in, or we can navigate automatically to the login page. Okay, that in order to access the profile page, it's up to us. So let me show you how we can navigate to the login page. By default, the kind gives us a route that we can use, redirect, and we need to use API/auth/login. Okay, this is the route that it goes to. And after that, again, if user is logged in successfully, we can simply show a profile page over here like this. This is protected profile page. All right, so let's go back. Let's refresh this particular page. And if I click on the profile, I'm not logged in. It's showing element type unexpected string, built-in class function. Actually const, actually I need to export this as well. So export default profile. Let's go. And now it's showing the loading, and now it's showing the profile. Okay, let me refresh this as well. So it's showing loading, and this is the protected profile. I'm actually logged out. Let me log out. So if I click on the profile, you will see that it will automatically navigate us through the login page. This is perfect. This is what we wanted, and we have successfully protected our profile page, successfully added the logic. I'm going to be creating another route, and I will be protecting that route, let's say settings. And this route I'm going to be protecting from the middleware. Okay, so let's create that RAFCE settings, and let's create the settings page like this. Okay, we can have proper styling here like this. This is a protected settings page, and we can keep it client route or the server component. It's up to us. Usually it's server component. Let's use it because we will be protecting this route from the middleware, so it's not the case. So let's click on the settings. Yes, we are successfully navigated. It's not actually handling any protection as of now. So let's go to the, I hope from the previous videos, middleware is the file in Next.js, which is the built-in Next.js. It is not specific to kind. I've been using middleware in my videos as well, previous videos of Next.js. So middleware.ts is the built-in file which runs before every route. Okay, so we can interfere what the data is coming in and where we need to block it and what needs to be added in the middleware before navigating to a particular route. Okay, so in this particular file, I'm gonna be importing next response first of all, and then I will be importing next request from the next server. All right, then I will be adding get kind server session from this. I don't know why it automatically show a wrong URL. So export const function middleware, and then I can take the request next request like this, correct spelling. And then I need to export config object as well, and inside it we need to have a matcher. Okay, and I'm going to give it settings. All right, it's giving some errors because it is expecting us to return something from within. So if I run return null, it is giving export, actually not const. Let me give it an async. All right, that's fine. All right, so what it does is matcher means that when this middleware needs to be triggered. it should only be triggered for the settings route. This is what I have given to it. If I want to have more uh, uh, values over here that it needs to trigger on further routes, I can put it in an array and add multiple values like settings, profile, dashboard, and so on. Okay, so now here I can use, this is where we can get user from actually equals to get kind server session above, like this, and let's get the user equals to await get user, and here we can check if user is not existing, means not logged in, then we can simply return next redirect. We can redirect it to the home page for now. Actually, what we need to do is within this redirect, this doesn't work like this. We need to provide a new URL. Okay. And now we here again, I want it to be automatically navigate to the login page. If it is not true, then again, I still need to return something. So I'm going to write this, and inside it, I would like to give it some URL request.url, and along with that we can also pass the redirect URL. So if user is successfully logged in after navigating to the login page, where it needs to automatically navigate to, this is what I gave in the nav bar as well. This is where post login redirect URL, after login it will navigate to the dashboard. But if user click on the settings, it's not logged in, we are navigating it to the login page. But after login, successful login, where it need to go to, so post login underscore redirect underscore URL equals to settings. So again, I'm navigating it to the settings page. So let's refresh, let's click on the settings. Actually, it's not triggering. Let's see what's wrong. This is right. This is spelling mistake. This is going to be the middleware like this. All right. So it should work now. Let's try to refresh this home page. Let's try to navigate to the settings page. If I click on the setting, I'm not able to navigate to the settings, and it is detected that I am not logged in. So it is not successfully navigated to the login page. Let's click on the continue to GitHub, and it should be authenticated, and in return it has navigated to the settings page. This is what we have given over here. Perfect. We have learned how we can protect multiple routes. Last thing I want to show you how we can protect our API routes as well. Let's say that within API I have another route, let's say the data. Okay, so I can create the data route, and inside it I can have the route.ts file. Okay, so inside it, I've already created multiple videos how we can create REST APIs in Next.js 14, how we can create get, put, post, and connection with databases, and a lot of different things. Check out my channel if you want to learn everything about API routes in Next.js 14 using app directory. Okay, so here, first of all, I can use the same thing, get kind user, to actually protect our API routes. And after that, I'm going to have some get request. Okay, and inside it we can again check this function, and after this we can have if user does not exist, then we are simply going to return failed data null. If user exists, means user is authenticated, then we are going to return the success. Okay, I hope that you have understood how I'm creating this get API request. Okay, so now let's verify that. First of all, I'm logged in. Okay, so I'm going to navigate to the API/data. You can see that it is showing success data because I'm logged in. Let's navigate, let's click on the logout, and now I'm not logged in. Let's try to navigate to the API/data. Now you can see that I'm not logged in. I cannot fetch the correct data from the API. All right, guys. So we have learned different kinds of protection for different routes, API routes. We have learned how we can integrate kind authentication system, and there are other players as well like Clerk, Next, Auth, and few more as well. And it is getting a lot of attraction. And I hope that in the future they are going to mature their settings as well. I would like you to explore this kind library. For now, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna create more videos on Next.js 14. Stay tuned, do subscribe my channel, comment below, and like my video as well. See you in the next video.